I want to welcome Governor Greg Abbott, who is joining us from the state capitol to talk about President Biden's executive order curbing asylum entries once they reach a daily limit of 2,500. Governor, thank you for joining us. Let's get started. This executive order has been the most aggressive this administration has been on immigration since taking office. Is it enough?
So actually, it really does nothing to address illegal immigration. To the contrary, it actually entices even more illegal immigration. Let me just very quickly explain, and that is, you mentioned the first 2,500. What that means is you're going to have 2,500 people crossing the border with no consequences whatsoever. And then after that, the only consequence is the Biden administration will stop granting asylum, but they're not going to put up any resistance to stop illegal immigration after that. So this does actually nothing to stop illegal immigration, as the president is required to do. And all this is going to do is to try to entice even more people to enter our country illegally.
So in your opinion, this number, is it too high or too low?
So the number actually should be 0 people will be allowed across the border illegally. That's the number. The president is required by law, already on the books, to deny illegal entry into the country. He's not enforcing that law. He needs to start enforcing that law.
Now, do you believe the pressure from Republicans has helped in getting something done along the southern border?
So I think actually the pressure has been coming from the American people. The American people are angry about Joe Biden's open border policies that have allowed more than 10 million people to cross the border illegally. Joe Biden knows this is the most consequential issue on the ballot in the upcoming election. He's grasping at straws, trying to get something done, not knowing that, in fact, what he offered up today in his executive order is going to achieve the exact opposite, and that is to actually increase the number of people trying to cross the border illegally.
Now, Governor, why do you believe the administration is putting this into effect now?
Because they are desperate, try to look like they're trying to do something to address the number one issue. By the way, the number one issue caused by the Biden administration when, on his first day in office, he issued executive orders that got rid of the border policies that Trump had put in place. And under Trump, it led to the lowest illegal border crossing in about 4 decades. And Joe Biden, all he had to do was either re-implement what President Trump put in place or actually start enforcing the laws that Congress passed long before he became president to deny illegal entry and to detain anybody who does enter illegally.
Now, Governor, have you had any conversations with the Biden administration on what else needs to be done along the southern border, specifically here in our Lone Star state? I know you have the Operation Lone Star, which has been obviously helping in deter illegal immigration. So
actually, I provided the Biden administration a one-page letter that detailed exactly what the laws of the United States are and what Joe Biden can do to reduce illegal immigration. And what Texas has been doing replicates that. We are denying illegal entry, we're detaining those who come across the border, and we are building border barriers. And know this, while illegal immigration has increased in California, Arizona, and New Mexico, under Operation Lone Star, illegal immigration into the state of Texas has decreased 74%.
Now, do you also believe that busing the migrants, I know you had some heat on that, but busing those migrants to some Democratic areas has helped the Biden administration understand the severity of what's happening along the border?
It sure has, because listen, as long as it was a Texas issue, people in 49 other states, they could ignore it. But suddenly New York and Illinois and Colorado and so many other states across the country, they had to grapple with what Texas has had to grapple with every single day, and they failed miserably at it, so much so they were begging the Biden administration for relief. Suddenly, all of America understood we have a crisis on our hands, and that crisis was caused by the policies that Joe Biden put into place.
Governor Abbott, thank you so much for your time.
Sure. Thank you so much.